Prayer. Vasudevendra Yogindram Natva Jnanapradam Gurum Mumukshunam Hitarthaya Tattvabodhobhidhiyate Sadhana Chatushtaya Sampannadhikarinam Moksha Sadhana Bhutam Tattva Vivekah Prakaram Vakshyamaham Sadhana Chatuštayam Kim Nitya Vastu Vivekaham Ihamutrartha Phala Bhoga Viragaham Shamadhi Shatka Sampattihi Mumukshutvam Cheti. When a person desires to be happy, that means Sukha Ichha is to be put into practice. That desire for Sukham is not sufficient, but that person has to find out a way how to get Sukham, how to get happiness. That happiness is possible only by finding out what are the means, what are the remedies for that. That Sukha Ichha has to be converted into Jnana Ichha. By knowledge alone, one can get that Sukham, Ananda. What knowledge? Shastra says the knowledge is not any worldly knowledge, but the knowledge about the self, Atma Jnana Ichha. So that moment I desire for happiness, immediately I have to see the next step is, if I want to get happiness, I have to work for it. The best way, the right way to work for happiness is how to get self-knowledge. That is the means, how to get self-knowledge. Self means Atma, knowledge means Jnanam. Atma Jnanam alone is the remedy to get happiness. This is called Viveka. Then Atma Jnana Ichha means the desire for self-knowledge. That has to be converted into that Jnana Ichha or Atma Jnana Ichha has to be converted into Shastra Ichha. This Atma Jnanam is not available anywhere in the world. This Atma Jnanam is not available in any schools or colleges or in any other institutions. This Atma Jnanam is available only in the text called Shastram Veda. That Vedic connected texts like Bhagavad Gita, Upanishads, connected Prakarana Grandhas like Tattva Bodha, Viveka Chudamani, Panchadasi. There are many texts like that. There are umpteen texts to get this self-knowledge. That is called Shastram. So Atma Jnana Ichha can be fulfilled only I convert the desire Atma Jnana Ichha to Shastra Ichha. Shastra icha, desire to study Vedantic scriptures. Then this Shastram, how to study? Na? Any Shastram, any knowledge you get only through the teacher. Physics knowledge, through the teacher only, through the physics lecturer. And you get that chemistry knowledge only through the chemistry teacher. Botany knowledge through the botany teacher. Computer knowledge from the computer teacher only you get. What about self-knowledge? Self-knowledge also must be attained through the teacher only. No exception. Any knowledge is only through the teacher. But unfortunately, many people think that this self-knowledge we can achieve by our own study. We need not go to any teacher, we need not go to any college, because colleges are not available. We do not know where is the teacher. No, the teacher never keep with qualification. I have studied Prasthanatrayam, I have these degrees, you all of you can come to study scriptural books and no teacher can publish like that. Therefore, there is no possibility of finding out the teacher. That is why many people think that by doing japa, by doing prarthana, by doing a lot of meditations, by doing yoga, samadhi, or some mystic powers, they think they can get that ananda, atma jnanam. They think atma jnanam means something, seeing the God. So that we can do that now. Nothing will work. It's a waste of time. No? That means the person losing the track. Once I miss the track, this life will go waste. No, all the best next birth. That's why fortunately if you come to a right teacher, that is called Viveka. And that Viveka must be there. Atma Jnanam alone give happiness. That Atma Jnanam comes only through the scriptures, Shastram. That Shastram can be unfolded by only through the teacher, not by any other means. Therefore, let me approach a guru. Let me approach a teacher. Once you come to the Shastra Ichha, desire for Shastra Jnanam has to be converted into what? Guru Ichha. Guru Ichha. Desire to approach a teacher. Whenever the teacher takes the class, I have to attend, not according to my convenience, but according to the teacher's convenience. I have to go and learn and study the Shastra from the Guru. And that Guru also is capable of unfolding the Shastra, and knowledge about the scriptures the teacher must have, and the skill to communicate also the teacher must have, and that teacher, Acharya alone can teach. Therefore, what we have to do? Study. So therefore, Shankaracharya says, this text Tattvabodha is only to those students I am writing. Who are they? Sadhana Chatushtaya Sampannadhikarinam. After prayer verse, the first one is Sadhana Chatushtaya Sampannaha, for those students who are the adhikaris. Qualifications. Moksha sadhana bhutam, atma jnanameva mokshaha, a means of moksha. Moksha means nothing but atma jnanam. This is first clear. Moksha is equal to what? Freedom from problem. Okay, freedom from problem, freedom from sorrow. Freedom from sorrow is how to come out of freedom from sorrow. I can have a nice house so that I can be free from sorrow. Many people have bungalows, big houses. They are not free from sorrow. If I get married, I am very happy. Let me get married. All people who are all married, they are not happy. Let me be bachelor, therefore I can be happy. All bachelors are not happy. Let me become sannyasi, therefore I can be happy. All sannyasis also not happy. So happiness can come only by knowledge. So that is called moksha. Atmajnanam alone removes sorrow. Moksha sadhana bhutam. What is that? Tattva viveka prakaram. Tattva viveka means tattva bodha anartham. Knowledge about the truth. Truth is what? Atma is the truth. Knowledge about Atma anartham. Knowledge about the truth. Prakaram, paddhati, method. Prakaram vakshyamaha. I am going to teach. Shankaracharya says. Then Sishya is asking, what are those sadhana chatushtayam? What are those fourfold qualifications first a student required? I told you all the 6 topics. Yeah, I will remind you all those 6 topics. First topic we are seeing now. Preparatory disciplines. Sadhana chatushtayam means preparatory disciplines, qualifications to study the scriptures. Sadhana chatushtayam. They are known as samadhi, shamadhi, shatka. Sorry. First one, nitya anitya vastu vivekaha. First one. When Guru asked the Sishya asked, sadhana chatushtayam kim? Guru said, nitya anitya vastu vivekaha. First qualification. Vivekaha. Then second one is what? 4 D's I have given. First D is discrimination. First one is discrimination. Viveka means discriminative knowledge. Then iha amutra phala bhoga viragaha. Second qualification. Vairagyam, dispassion. He is going to explain. Just I am enumerating. He is going to explain further. Therefore, I am not elaborating here. This is also called dispassion. Second D. What is first D? Discrimination. Second D is called dispassion, vairagyam. Then third qualification is shamadhi shatka sampatti. Disciplines. All disciplines. Third D. There are 3D pictures, you know. All of them have 3D pictures. We have 4D here. Okay, what is the fourth D? Shamadhi shatka sampatti means shama, etc. Adi padat, shama, dama, uparama. Adi means etc. Shamadhi. Shama means what he is going to explain. Shama, etc. Shatka means 6. Sampatti means wealth. 6-fold wealth is one of the qualification. I know my only bank account, Swamini. I have that wealth. But another wealth I do not know. Shastra says, I am going to give another wealth. See that sampatti means wealth. Why it is called wealth? Na? A wealth is that which gives you happiness. It is supposed to give happiness. Wealth is that is supposed to give happiness. If that wealth is not giving happiness, it is not a wealth at all. It is a curse. It is a curse. So our wealth should not become curse to us. It should not become an obstacle for our peace and happiness. Therefore, let us see the wealth must be a comfortable and gives peace and happiness to us. Fourth qualification is mumukshutvam. Mumukshutvam means desire to get moksha. Desire to get moksha. This is the fourth qualification. Now, this first topic only the Acharya going to elaborate. Okay. Now, I just remind all other topics also. Then we'll go to the first topic again. What is the second topic I have given in the last class? Jiva Vichara. Enquiry into the individual nature. Each topic Acharya is going to elaborately explain. The second topic going to come later, topic, the analysis of the individual personality. Jiva Vicharaha. Individual nature. In Sanskrit they call it as Tvam Pada Vicharaha. Tvam anna you. You anna individual anna Jivatma anartham. About one individual, if you analyze, that is called Tvam Pada Vicharaha. Vicharana enquiry, a right understanding anartham. Enquiry and an investigation and CBI investigation enquiry, not that enquiry here. A enquiry is nothing but a right understanding, right knowledge is called enquiry. The third topic is Jagat Vicharaha. Jagat means Prapanchaha, universe. Enquiry into the nature of the world. Enquiry into the nature of the world or analysis of that cosmology, universe, cosmology. Copenhagen, some climate problem, whole world is facing climate problem. In the Copenhagen, somewhere it is going on. Jagat Vichara, our ancestors already done, and they have done a lot of analysis about the cosmology, and they closed books and they left. These people are breaking their heads. How to maintain this global warming, how to control, how to bring good climate. Very, very difficult once you spoil. They have spoiled sufficiently. Now they are breaking their heads how to protect the climate. If you don't have nice climate, good climate, all beings will perish in no time. One swine flu, out. One cholera, one typhoid, anything, one infection comes, what you can talk. So dangerous, That's why we, the human beings, have to take care of our environment. All these are said, but they have neglected our Vedas. And they have neglected our Panchamaha Yajnas. They have neglected that nature, everything. Now they are suffering. How difficult. That study, threadbare analysis of the creation. What is your responsibility to protect the cosmos? This is Vichara here, Jagat Vichara. Then, fourth topic, I said Ishvara Vicharaha, inquiry into the God's nature, analysis of the nature of God is the fourth topic. Fifth topic is Aikya Vichara. Aikya means inquiry into the identity of that Jagat, Jiva and Ishvara. Individual, cosmos and Ishvara, God. What is that connection between these three? Are they one or are they different? If they are different, how they are different? If they are one, how they are one? This is also elaborately explained in our scriptures. Not only in Tattva Bodha. Tattva Bodha is only going to give a bird eye view. In Lord Krishna elaborately gives in Bhagavad Gita. Later in Upanishads it comes. So therefore, Aikya Vichara. Jiva Jagat Ishvara Aikya Vicharaha. Last topic is Phalam. Benefit. This study is not 1 or 2 years. It is a lifelong process until I get confirmed knowledge. School education also, how can a person can get a MPhil degree, PhD or MSc post-graduation? Just like that, nobody can give certificate. Just like that, they cannot get knowledge. You see the schooling first, LKG onwards, LKG and pre-KG onwards, LKG, UKG up to schooling, whole 10th standard, 12th standard work, you have to study. Then you are qualified to graduation. Then only you are eligible to enter into college. Whole schooling you have to do, and you have to go to college. Then after college, graduation. Later only you can go to post-graduation. After that, nowadays nobody is stopping with post-graduation. That is nothing study. You have to get some doctorate. MS or some engineering, some BTech, MTech. More than that, everybody wants to get, and they want to submit thesis, PhD, doctorate. How many years it takes? 1 year, 2 years, 3 years? Minimum 1 decade, no? 10 years, 15 years program. Then only that person is full-fledged, knowledgeable person in that connected field, not in all subjects. Remember, only in that connected field is qualified, not in any other subject. One subject ke ittana padikanavanna, to get knowledge in one science. What about self-knowledge? Adi matram. Last class, one student is asking, when you take Swamini Bhagavad Gita? See, you cannot go to college and ask, sir, when you are going to take that advanced text? I am not supposed to ask the teacher. But unfortunately, for Vedanta classes, people ask, Tattva Bodhana Bhagavad Gita class ko vare Swamini. I will tell you, please listen. This is also a science. Shastra Jnanam is also, you are getting knowledge. To get knowledge, this also has got a syllabus. This is also has got a process, methodology. First, what text you have to study. Next, what text you have to study. Simultaneously, what you have to study. What you should not study. What you have to study, what you should not study, when to study, how much time you have to spend, what are all works you have to do, homework or listening, eppadi annadella or method irukka vendama venuma vendama venumna. Appo this job we have to leave to the teacher. Teacher only knows what to teach to get self knowledge. Therefore, whatever teacher teaches, I have to take up that text. I should not choose, because I have no knowledge what text I have to study. In my experience, this 12 years I am teaching Vedanta, many students used to come, can you teach that text, Swamini? Mukunda Mala. She want Mukunda Mala. Another person want Vivek. What is this? Vishnu Sahasranama. Another student want Bhagavad Gita straight away. Another student want Upanishad. We cannot teach such a way. Whatever student asks, whatever is required to get self-knowledge, what is the process, method, the teacher only knows. Nobody knows. Therefore, a humble request is to all students is, whatever teacher takes the text is the right text. That is selected by my teacher to teach to me. That's all. And the alavukku namakku or vishwasam irukkanum. So with this, the benefit comes later only. That what benefit? Ananda. Ananda comes finally. That is possible. These are the 6 topics. Now student is going to ask one by one. What is the first qualification? The Guru said, Nitya Nitya Vastu Vivekaha. Now student is going to ask. From there we have to study. In our Veda also, the procedure, the paddhati is like this. Just as I said, schooling, graduation, post-graduation, then PhD. Like that, for self-knowledge also, the whole thing is designed. How they have designed? First, Karma Yoga. Karma Yoga means doing our all rituals, puja, religious life. Karma Yoga is like a schooling. No? Schooling like that, Karma Yoga. That is said in Shastra. Again, the next is one is Upasana Yoga, is like a graduation level. Upasana Yoga, meditation, Ashtanga Yoga, Japa, Dhyanam, all these are all prescribed. Next stage. Then comes the post-graduation stage, is called Jnana Yoga. Karma Yoga, like schooling. Upasana Yoga is like a college education, bachelor. Then comes Jnana Yoga, is like a post-graduation. You are doing post-graduation now. That means schooling and all, Karma Yoga, Upasana Yoga, when you have done, from your birth onwards, this Karma Yoga they have introduced in our Indian culture. The teacher need not teach in the class. So just like mother prepare and alphabets and all, when mother is taking the child to LKG, she teaches something, no, to the child. this is a pen, this is a book, like this. Like that, our parents already, when the baby is in the mother's womb, this Seemantonayanam, Garbhadanam, all these rituals, samskaras they have done. That samskara, chinna vayaslinde veetla puja pandanam, all these things, danam, all these things they have taught to us, service, social service. Karma yoga from childhood we have developed, that is. And then slowly you come to Ashtanga yoga, is a practice of Upasana yoga. And simultaneously you are coming to this Jnana yoga. Like this, they're all going hand in hand. Now in Margani Masam comes, what people does in a whole practice, religious practice, early morning, 1 month, they every day they read Tirupavai, Tiruvembavai, all these things they do, and going to temple, puja, all these what? Nothing but karma yoga, upasana yoga. But they cannot give moksha. They all prepare you to get what? PhD. PhD means what? Jnana yoga. That's why here there is no doing. There is no doing, only hearing, Shravanam. So Guru Ichha, after seeing my Guru, I am very happy to sit in her class and very happy to be listening only. Shravana Ichha. The Guru Ichha has to be converted into what? Shravana Ichha. Listen more and more from the teacher. More and more you have to listen. Years together you have to listen. Not visiting the teacher once in a while. I go to Swamini and do Namaskara and I give Bhiksha and I will go away now. This won't work. Is it not? Once in a while sadhana camp, students used to come. That will not make the person happy. Of course, you are in association with a Swamini or a Swamiji, you go to sadhana camp. That will not give benefit, no? But you have to listen continuously. Shravana Ichha is most important. Guru Ichha has to be converted into what? Shravana Ichha. Be always in Shravanam, listening. More listening. Not talking, but listening. After listening for a length of time only, you know what is what. What am I studying? Where am I? This study is meant for what really? All this only comes clarity later. And the Guru gives the clarity to the students. First the Guru must have the clarity and the skill to communicate. Then she gives the clarity to the student. It's a time-consuming process. Time-consuming process. It cannot come just like in one night. No? Very, very patience, no? Porumai is required. Therefore, now student is going to ask. We will read that next one. Nitya nitya vastu vivekah kaha. Nitya vastvekam brahma. Tad vyatiriktam. Sarvamanityam ayameva nitya nitya vastu vivekaha. Nitya vastu ekam brahma. The question asked by the student. What do you mean by nitya nitya vastu vivekaha? Sadhana chatushtaya sampatila first qualification vivekaha, discrimination. What do you mean by discrimination? The student is asking. Guru said vivekaha means nitya nitya vastu vivekaha. Antenna nitya nitya vastu vivekaha enna. When the student is asking, Acharya is giving answer, Nitya Vastu Ekam Brahma. Brahman alone is the Vastu, entity, which is Ekam, which is eternal. Nitya means eternal, permanent, Shashvatam. Nitya Vastu. Vastu means an entity. permanent thing in the universe, only one, that is ekam. There is no second permanent thing. There are no two permanent things, two shashvatams, only one ekam. What is it now? It is called as Brahma. Brahma, not Brahma, Brahma. Okay, Brahman alone is the nitya vastu. Then what about anityam? That viveka means discrimination, truth and untruth. Discrimination vandodne there must be two things. Two must be there. What are the two? Nityam and anityam. Nityam means permanent, anityam means impermanent. When nityam is shashvatam, anityam is what? Ashashvatam. When nitya means permanent, anitya means what? Impermanent, temporary, anityam. Once the Brahman alone is permanent, ekam, the second thing must be what? Anityam. That's what he says. Tad vyatiriktam. Other than Brahman, tat vyatiriktam means, tat means other than that Brahman, other than nitya ekam Brahma, other than that eternal, one single non-dual Brahman, whatever is there, other than Brahman, whatever is there, tad vyatiriktam, sarvam, everything, totally, anityam, temporary, impermanent, ashashvatam. Ashashvata means what? Time bound and ardham. Time bound means what? It is, everything is under the onslaughts of the time principle. It comes in time, it will disappear in time. Everything other than Brahman, including your body. Your body and our body. Including our body also disappear in time. Onslaughts, time. You see only time, nothing else. No? Morning onwards, what you are seeing? Time. Early morning, immediately after waking up, what we are doing? First time. Today also I see time. Tomorrow morning, time. Again, day after tomorrow, time. I go on seeing time. Every minute I am seeing, time is moving. What is happening in course of time? Everything is changing. What is the job of time? Changing. Bringing a change in everything is the job of the time principle. What is the job of time? What time is doing? That time is invisible. Time it is not in your hand. In your hand is only a medium you have. But time control you don't have. The time will change everything. You cannot see that changing process, how it is going on. By just night you see a bird, the next day morning you see the flower. How? Time. Time decides. Wonderful phenomenon in the creation. Light has come, again darkness comes in the evening. A time principle. Everything is time. Whatever is in time principle is called anityam. Whatever undergoes a change in this time principle is called sarvam, anityam, temporary, fleeting, fluctuating, changing, modifying. It cannot exist permanently. Sarvam anityam, ayameva, this alone. This alone is called nitya vastu vivekaha. Subject to birth and death, all are included in the time principle. Anityam, world is anityam. All things are born. What am I seeing? All, many forms, many names, many objects I am seeing. All objects are coming within time and disappearing, including beings, including human beings. All are having date of birth and date of death. Manufacturing date, expiry date. Every porul, first what you see in manufacture date. You have to see the manufacturing date, then expiry date. So whatever is having manufacturing date and whatever is having expiry date is called world, anityam. Not Brahman and Artham. Other than Brahman means Abrahman and Artham. Anityam, Ashashvatam, Anekam. How many are there? So many beings are there, so many objects are there, so many countries are there, states are there, so many cars, so many trees, so many things are there. Umpteen. But Brahman is one, permanent. This is Anityam, Abrahman. In another words, we can say Brahman alone is called Atma. Other than Atma, whatever is there, Anatma. Permanent is real, impermanent is unreal. Anatma means unreal, impermanent. Jagat, whatever in Jagat, in this universe, this body is included or not. We are all in the world or not. Appo enna Swamini? Appo, world is impermanent, we are all in the world means this is also impermanent. Whatever is impermanent must be anatma. Therefore, this body also must be anatma. Because Acharya said it is permanent Brahman, but body is not permanent. No permanent, huh? Not permanent. That means this is impermanent. Impermanent what? Anatma. Body is anatma. It is not Brahman. This Viveka is called Nitya Brahma, Anitya Abrahma, Anatma. Viveka means Jnanam. Minimum Jnanam. This is don't think that I got this knowledge, that's Atma Jnanam. This is not Atma Jnanam. This is Viveka only. This is the starting point to study. Shankaracharya says this is the minimum qualification to sit in the class. Okay. Yadi nityam, yadi anityam ane. So, liking to study this text. Other is irrelevant. Teacher think let us think. Something she is making some sense of what she is talking. Okay. If it comes in our mind, something it makes a sense, then it is useful to study this text. Then what is the next qualification? 1-2, topic 1-2. Viragah kaham iha swarga bhogeshu ichcharahityam. Second qualification is dispassion, I said. Iha mutra phalabhoga viragaha. Now student is asking, what do you mean by viragaha? What do you mean by dispassion? Further teacher is going to answer. I said the whole world is anityam. So world is useless. If it is anityam, is it useless? We never say it is useless. Whole world is useful for my education, world is useful for entertainment, world is useful. Even though it is anatma, even though it is temporary, it has its own utility. It has its own utility, it has its own beauty. So many fruits we are eating, no? So many fruits, so many items we are eating. This whole entertainment only, enjoying the world, and in a lot of things we are learning, education also we are getting. Therefore, we never say world is useless, it is impermanent, therefore it is useless. We never say. World is useful for education, world is useful for entertainment, but world is having beauty, novelty, variety, but it don't have stability. Swamiji says, it doesn't have stability. Therefore, you never seek your peace, happiness from this fleeting world. That only Veda wants to say. You want to get food to this body, from this world only you are getting food. Its utility, you cannot take it, it is permanent, it is the only giving everything. You should not take it, can give happiness. Don't lean upon the world for your happiness. Even though it has got some utilities, it has novelty, it gives entertainment, but it cannot give something. That I should know. What it cannot give? World cannot give happiness, peace, security. World cannot give. So therefore, that viveka if you have, and you develop vairagyam towards those objects. You take how much only it is useful, you take that much, then you develop vairagyam. Dispassion. What do you mean by passion? First, let us know what is passion, then we come to see what is dispassion. Passion means clinging to this anatma world, people, objects, leaning upon them, relying upon them, totally depending emotionally, mentally for my security is called passion. My life is secure if I have bank balance. My life is secure if I have husband and children. My life is secure if I have a wife, other partner, wife, children. This notion is called passion. This notion is called passion. Wrong notion. My security, my peace and happiness, I seek from these worldly, fleeting, impermanent, floating objects is called passion. Not leaning upon them for my peace, happiness, security, upon this fragile world, objects and people, relation, including my own kith and kin, family members, not seeking my PHS. I can seek physical support. కొంచెం తన్ని కొండువా, can give water, can bring, go and get me something from the shop, I can take. But never ask more than that. But we seek everything, emotional dependence totally. If that person is there, or that son is there, daughter is there, I am happy. If they go abroad, if they are away from me, I am unhappy. My peace is in pieces. Therefore, this is what passion. My peace and security is always in shaking now. It is risky. My peace and happiness always in a risky position. And therefore I am always in what disturbed mind. போயிடுமேமோ என்ன இந்த கொஞ்சம் பீஸ் ஹாப்பினஸ் வந்த மாதிரி தோணும். Through the son, through the daughter, through the education, through the possessions, through all these things, whatever I have, gadgets, as I am getting happiness, slowly I worry. I start worrying. Anxiety increases, blood pressure increases. Yeah, இப்போ நன்னதா இருக்க சுவாமினி, I am fine. But what is happening? Tomorrow I don't know what will happen. If my daughter-in-law comes, what will happen? This boy is studying only 12th standard. இன்னும் ஒரு படிக்கணும் 10 வருஷம். இப்போவே இந்த அம்மாவுக்கு worry. daughter-in-law வந்தால் என்ன பண்ணுவோம்? போய் முன்னாடி பேங்க்கில் பேலன்ஸ் போட்டிங்கன்னா. If you have bank balance, they take the bank balance. Until you give the bank balance, they don't feed you. Okay. What is the guarantee if you have bank balance, you are going to be secure? This is called passion. Knowing this, dropping and leaning upon these impermanent things, or dropping or totally not seeking my security from them emotionally, internally, for internal strength, I have something else. Not this. This is called dispassion. Iha amutra phala bhoga viraha. Iha in this world, in my family, relatives, iha in this world, wherever I am in the place, in the house, with the family members, iha. Amutra, there. There means in Swargaloka, in higher lokas. After the fall of this body, if I go to other lokas, amutra, phala, whatever phalam comes to me. Daughter is a phalam. A phalam means a fruit in my life. And son or house, these are all phalams, whatever I have got. Iha and amutra, phala. Bhoga means they are all giving joy to me. My son is giving joy, my daughter is giving joy, these are all bhogams I am having. And my car is giving happiness, apappa trouble also. A servant also giving lot of comfort to me, apappa problem also. But anyhow, I am enjoying my life. All these phala bhogam. in the heart of heart, no, in my mind I know these are all temporary. Viragam. Iha amutra phala bhoga viragaha. Not having any clinging or craving for them for my inner peace, happiness. I never depend upon anyone for my inner peace, happiness. No one can disturb my inner peace. I am happy. அதுக்கப்புறம் என்ன? Because of what and சொன்ன passion. I say I am happy because of God's grace, Guru's grace and சொன்ன I am having vairagyam and artham. I am happy because of what? My son got admission in IIT. போச்சுன்னா அந்த happiness is impermanent. That's why they get a lot of rat. After one paper, newspaper I read, to go to higher studies, you have to write so many exams, After cat, there is a rat. Really, I read in the paper in Bangalore, IIT in the technology, IIT, they are given in the paper, what is this after cat, there is a rat. That is a course, cat, nowadays they are doing some, and the technology, some course they are doing. After like abbreviation, after cat, there is a rat. Like this, people go on studying, and you are always one after the other, so many gadgets, so many targets, so many goals you have. So this person is having vairagya. I know Swamini, they are all having limitation. I never depend upon anyone. You depend upon what? I depend upon God. World dependence to God dependence. Idida vairagyam. This person never depend upon local family members. This person depend upon only God. God will take care of me. World dependence to God dependence is dispassion. Then God dependence, next what? Shastra dependence. God dependence is nothing but what God speak now. What are His words? What are His words? What He said. Bhagavan has given a manual to me. A human being, if you want to live a happy life, peaceful life, this is the manual I am giving. Veda is the manual. Look into it. Follow that. That's God's revelations. So, Bhagavan Icha, God dependence to Shastra dependence. I look into the words of those words, revelations of Bhagavan. That's called Shastra Icha. World dependence to God dependence. God dependence to Shastra dependence. Shastra dependence to Guru dependence. I have to depend on my Guru. Then how can I know all these things otherwise? I have to depend on my Guru. My Guru will only unfold this subject now. Guru dependence. Then Guru says, hey, don't depend upon me. Guru dependence help us to self-dependence. I depend upon myself. I depend upon myself. Then what is the ladder? World dependence to God dependence. God dependence to Shastra dependence. Shastra means what? Bhagavad Gita. Our course now start with Bhagavad Gita. No? Bhagavad Gita dependence. Bhagavad Gita Shastra dependence to I depend upon my Guru until I understand the subject thoroughly. Afterwards, I forget my Guru. No. Ajanmantam trayam sevyam. Very nice sloka. Ajanmantam trayam sevyam. Vedanto Guru Ishvaraha. Vedanto na Shastram. Guru na teacher. Ishvara na God. Ajanmantam trayam sevyam. These three has to be worshipped lifelong. Ajanmantam trayam sevyam. Guru Vedanto Guru Ishvaraha. I have to serve my teacher while studying. After study over also I have to remember my teacher and I have to follow the footsteps of my teacher. Vedanto Guru Ishvaraha. Ado Jnanaptayenar. Beginning lo, to get Jnanam, I have to surrender to my Guru. Beginning lo, Adau. In the beginning, I surrender to my teacher, Jnanaptaye. I surrender to Shastra, I surrender to my teacher, I surrender to God. Adau Jnanaptaye. Paschat, after Jnana, Kritagnatva Nivrittaye. To avoid ingratitude, I remember my teacher, the Shastra, and Ishvara also lifelong. Never forget. आदौ ज्ञानाप्तये पश्चात कृतघ्नत्व निवृत्तये कृतघ्नत्व ingratitude I avoid. To avoid that, I have to remember these three. I never depend upon anything in the world. I depend upon only my teacher. So which teacher? Who is well versed in Shastra, who is capable of unfolding the teaching in a skillful way. Where is unhappiness? I don't have unhappiness because I have Shastra in my hand. Shastra in my hand means what? Bhagavan is in my hand. Bhagavan is in my hand means Bhagavan is on my lap. I am in the Bhagavan's lap. This is called Vairagya. Vairagya, don't give up everything. Okay, have nicely, you go home, nicely eat and enjoy with your family, people, but remember inside. My life journey is the purpose of human life I want to know. That is happiness. This is called Vairagyam. Next one. Iha Swarga Bhogeshu Icha Rahityam. Amutra anna Swargam anartham. There he said Amutra. Here he gives Swargam. Amutra means Swargam. Next item. Shamadhi sadhana sampatti kam. Shamo dama uparama stitiksha. Shraddha samadhanam cheti. The third qualification, the Guru said, Shamadhi sadhana sampatti. Shatka sampatti, he said. Then Sishya is asking, what do you mean by Shamadhi sadhana sampatti or discipline? Sixfold qualifications. Fourfold qualification la third one la sixfold again. Number lo number. Okay, fourfold qualifications la third one la six are there. What are those six? Shamadhi sadhana sampatti kan. Guru says Shama number 1, Dama number 2, Uparama number 3, Titiksha number 4, Shraddha number 5, Samadhanam number 6. 6 you have got? Okay, 6 iti. All these are 6 qualifications come under disciplines. Disciplines. Now student is going to ask one by one. You have enumerated all the names. First in the names, what do you mean by Shamaha, Damaha? He is asking. Shamakaha, Manonigraha, Damakaha, Chakshuradi Bahyendriya Nigraha, Uparamakaha, Swadharmanushthanameva, Titikshaka, Shitoshna Sukhadukhadi, Sahishnutvam, Shraddha Kidrishi, Guru Vedanta Vakyadishu, Vishwasaha Shraddha, Samadhanam Kim, Chittaikagrata. One by one, the Guru is going to explain. Shamakaha. Shamaha means Mano Nigraha. mind. Mano nigraha means control. Control of what? One's own mind. Before controlling others, learn to control your own mind. Okay? Mano nigraha. Therefore they say mano moolam idam jagat. Manas alone is the cause for everything. Therefore mastery on one's own mind. Whole Ashtanga yoga. Before this class, 1 hour class is meant for what? You know now? People think yoga class means a keep fit exercise. Mano nigraha. Patanjali says first sutra, yogaha chitta vritti nirodha. For mano nigraha, Patanjali language it is called mano nigraha means yoga, ashtanga yoga abhyasa. Mano nigraha, manas nigraham da mukhyam. Vedantic student ke, once you want to get happiness, moksha, ananda, you must develop slowly mano nigraham, mind control. Mano nigraha. Ashantasya mano bharaha nar. Manasu eppadi irukana bharama irukku. Evvala weight na 10 kgs 15 kgs I am feeling so heavy today. Heavy and enga heavy and mind heavy ah irukku. Asal mind and enga irukku theriyadu first. Adu eppadi irukku theriyadu. Just we do lot of give descriptions. அந்த மைண்டுக்கு எப்படி இருக்கேன் ரொம்ப பாரமாக இருக்கேன்னா என்ன வெயிட் பார்த்தியா என்ன இன்னும் தெரியல சுவாமி ஒரு மாதிரி இருக்கேன்னா என்ன தட்ஸ் கால்ட் ஸ்டடி அபவுட் யுவர் ஓன் மைண்ட். த என்டையர் வேதாந்தா இஸ் நத்திங் பட் ஸ்டடிங் அவர் ஓன் மைண்ட். இதுதான் மேனேஜ்மெண்ட்னார், செல்ஃப் மேனேஜ்மெண்ட். மனோ நிகிரஹா. தென் அதான் மைண்ட் கண்ட்ரோல் இஸ் ஃபஸ்ட் டிசிப்ளின். தென் தமக்கஹா. What do you mean by dhamana? Dhamma means chakshuradi bahya indriya nigraha. Nigraha means control. Again, disciplining. Control means not suppressing, not suppression. Controlling means disciplining. You control your children or you discipline your children? பாருங்க அப்பா நல்லா புரியுறது. In the form of controlling, you are disciplining the children. அதுதான் நிகிரகம்னா இங்கே தவிர you are not controlling your mind, you are not controlling your sense organs, you are disciplining, channelizing. If you don't translate it properly, it create lot of problems. எனக்கு மனசோ நிகிரகமே கிடையாது, இங்கே எதுக்கு கிளாஸுக்கு போகணும்னு நினச்சிக்க கூடாது. மனோ நிகிரகம் வரத்துக்காக தானே கிளாஸ் ஃபஸ்ட். ஓகே. அந்த சென்ஸ் ஆர்கான்ஸ் இந்திரியாதி nigraha. Bahya indriyana sense organs are there. 5 sense organs of knowledge. Chakshu adi. Chakshu anna eyes. Eyes are going to see what? External world. Bahya indriyam. Ears. Bahya indriyam. Nose. Bahya indriyam. Tongue. Bahya indriyam. Skin. Bahya indriyam. All these sense organs to be disciplined. கண்டதே காட்சி கொண்டதே கோலம் இல்லாமல் இந்த மார்கழி மாதம் என்னடான்னா ஷமாதமக்காக தான் வச்சுனதே. ஹோல் மாதம் குளிராக இருக்கும். அப்படியே 4-5 days ஒரே மழை, சில்லுன்னு இருக்க, தூங்கினே இருக்கக்கூடாது. கெட் அப் early morning, டேக் பாத், கோ டெம்பிள், டூ பிரதக்ஷணம், அட்லீஸ்ட் டூ பூஜா இன் யுவர் ஹவுஸ். திஸ் ஹோல் மார்கழி மாதம் ஓன்லி மென்ட் டு டிசிப்ளின் அவர் மைண்ட் அண்ட் சென்ஸ் ஆர்கான்ஸ். Therefore, our children know you are not able to talk with our children. What is Margani Masana? These 2 sadhanas sake. Shama, Dhamma comes by religious practices. Religious practices are not blind beliefs. They are meant to discipline our sense organs. They are meant to discipline our mind. Any sort of puja, any sort of pradakshanam, fasting, any nombu, anything for that matter. Today Margani Masam begins, Today, auspicious day. All these days, 30 days, all devatas come onto the earth. That's why we have to welcome them. And they have to decorate our entrance. And we have to welcome them. Please come, please come. You don't see. They will bless and they say, Tadastu, Tadastu. If you are going sleeping, Tadastu. And if you are doing puja and you are asking Bhagavan, give me nalla buddhi kudu and give me knowledge, they say tadhastu. That's why you have to pray. All the devatas will bless. Okay, that's why they say damaha chakshuhu adipadat. Other sense organs, bahya indriyam, and external sense organs, nigraha means discipline. Uparamakaha. Uparama is the third discipline. Maintaining in the peace of mind. Uparamaha. Swadharma anusthana meva. Swadharma anusthana means performing my own duty, the given duty. I am a housewife, homemaker, I have to follow my duties. Taking care of house and children, husband and elders in the family, I have to take care of. Given duty, I do wholeheartedly. Swadharma manna, my own duty in artham. Anusthana means implementation without murmuring, grumbling inside. Panda vendidache and panda kudadu. Happy, Bhagavan, you have given me a right place. Whatever place, exactly what we deserve only we get. Okay. Husband, right, correct husband. There is no doubt at all. House also, mommy or mom or sister-in-law, especially right sister-in-law. All are designed for our sake only. Children also designed for our sake only. Therefore, I am in right place with the right family members. I do with a calm and quiet mind all my duties with cheerful face. Without any castor oil face, I do cheerful face. Who is observing? Bhagavan is observing everything, how you are doing. Adare manasu shantama irunda, aru anandama irukum. Bharama irundana drudgery, its life is pulling. Eppadi irukkapana? Edo appadi odindu irukana. Pulling anna. Life is pulling anna. Pulling life, it is a sport for me. It's a play for me. ஆனந்தமாக இருக்குது. எப்படி இருக்கேன்னா எல்லாம் பகவான் அனுகிரகம் மூலமாக நல்லதாக நடந்துட்டு இருக்கேன்னா அப்படி தான் சொல்லணும். பை காட்ஸ் கிரேஸ். This is called Swadharma Anushtanam. So you have to show your face, a bloomy face to all of your family members. உள்ளக்குள்ள ப்ராப்ளம்ஸ் இருந்தாலும் கூட ஏன்னா the child goes to school or college by seeing your face, அம்மா ஃபேஸ் எப்படி இருக்கான்னு அதே ஞாபகம் வரும். வீட்டுக்கு வந்ததுக்கப்புறம் டீச்சர் ஃபேஸுக்கு ஞாபகம் இருக்கும். டீச்சர் எப்படி இருக்கா கிளாஸில் எனக்கு அது ரெண்டும் சேர்ந்து அப்பா ஃபேஸ் எப்படி இருக்கார் இதுதான் மனசுக்குள்ளே வந்துடும். That's why I have to keep a smiling face. Just as our teeth, many times they bite our own tongue. You never complain on your teeth. Why you are biting today? You never complain. And you say, okay, tongue, adjust today. Either by mistake happened, adjust. You are justifying. Like that, you adjust with everything. That is called Uparama, nothing else. No? More in the next class. Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om.